Hey Highland, I am back this week to read another Christmas story with you, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I think it may be some of your favorites as well, and if your kids aren't watching with you, it'd be great to go and get them so that we can read How the Grinch Stole Christmas together. I'm just going to read an excerpt. I mentioned last week that my parents got us a Christmas book every year, and this was the Bird Whistle Christmas book in 1990, and I love pulling it out every year. Pooh pooh to the who's, he was grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore, till the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. I don't know about you all, but I have often found myself saying that it just doesn't feel like Christmas this year. And the reality is that Christmas won't have a lot of the ribbons and wrappings and trimmings and trappings that this season normally has for us. The concerts, events, festivities, gatherings, even worship services and sacred traditions aren't necessarily going to be there in the same way this year. But knowing that, perhaps there are some things we can learn from the who's down in Whoville. Because Christmas was never meant to be about all the extra glittery layers that we've given it over the years, as fun as they may be. It was never about us going somewhere exciting or doing something spectacular or creating this magical way for us to somehow encounter God. Christmas is about a God who comes to be with us wherever we are. And I can't help but wonder if without all the tinsel and trimmings and trappings this year, we actually might experience Christmas in a more authentic and more incarnational way than we ever have before. What would it look like for God to be born anew within you this Christmas? During the season of Advent, how can you create space within your mind, heart, and soul for that? Friends, my hope is that God will find God's way into your life this Christmas, wherever you are and whatever situations you are carrying with you these days, because that is the miracle of Christmas. Amen.